Good evening. Greetings from the Institute of Global Professional IGP. Greetings from the Institute of Global Professional IGP. Thank you for joining us and staying with us till the end. Honor Nala Sikha. Today I'm your host for the evening. My name is Bhatunga. I'm from Bangladesh. Dear Nala Sikha, I'm proud to be associated with IGP. IGP is Social and Asset for International Educational and Training Institute. In last years, we already served 35 million plus Nala Sikha from 100 plus countries. IGP is internationally recognized and global actor. We are connected to more than 450 plus profession and 4,500 plus organization. Institute of Global Professional is an education institute that provides social work globally recognized and reputable. We serve student community resource providing holistic social work and education. We believe that it's not a effective in case one skill just by informal education. So we provide effective training and consultation to generate professional generation all over the world. We distribute our services locally, national, international to student job seeker, job holder, and also for the respective campus location and distance learning platform. We are an occupational and independent institute. IGP is one of the famous online institute from all over the world. Our vision is education is not a business product, it's a part of our human rights. Based on our vision, we are trying to reach all corners of the world for free webinars, seminar courses, award quiz competition, mentoring, and counseling, etc. On the other side, we are also trying to offer more than 100 premium services for free, like creating portfolio website, reason builder, cover letter, motivation letter, and one large platform for gathering general knowledge, which can update all day. Kids learning game websites, free course, and conversations many more. We help the employer to learn to meet their expectation and dream and become highly skilled people. We implement our training program movement and offline online courses for youth learner by professional trainers, speaker and coaches. Our session are connected by global linear professional to develop all kind of people and promote the education of their abilities. The past being knowledge is crucial for the Institute of Global Professional. We believe that knowledge is level, light, and vision. So we try to understand the needs of the generation and we start doing good research and practice method. We must have a genuine concern for the learner represent more diversity, growth, and innovation are required to lead this session with professional passion and integrity. As a member are committed to offering effective baseball service and continue and improvement so that individual who seek information can improve their skill level and value. Before we move to the next, let me remind you of the share tag and mention your friend in the comment box. The support is very valuable for us. Thank you. Before we move to the next, let me remind you of the share tag and mention your friend in the comment box. The support is very valuable for us. Thank you. With your continuous support, you already completed 2,420 webinars successfully. With your continuous support, you already completed 2,420 webinars successfully. There has been speaker participant and beneficiary that this month is a very important message for you all. We change and design our website www.eduicp.com on this web service for everyone. Hope you will benefit. When we launch our new website, how you can find all our previous activities together with lots of new features. But one strong one is that without an account or login, you cannot enjoy yourself. So create an account for once with profile information. Note that with profile information, you will enjoy a feature with mismatch that you cannot do anything here. From now on, you have to participate in live quiz competition on our website. We replace Friday. You have to join mentorship or file previous webinars with verified certificate. Now it's easier and time oriented. Because after the session, you do not provide any code for certification. You have to take part in one example that if you pass, you will receive your certificate, otherwise not. But you can take part in an exam and immediately you pass. If you are an IGP speaker, you can download all your previous certificate, speakership certificate. If you are a host of IGP, you can download certificate. If you are an online like this competition, you can download certificate of participation. If you are selected for lifetime membership, then you can download certificate of lifetime membership easily. Besides this, you will participate in any award function which organized common supported by the you can download that also. You can also prepare and download 18 types of certificate from our website. Certificate global professional leadership, certificate global inclusive finance, certificate of active knowledge seeking. Certificate of social activism of finance, certificate of achievement and knowledge seeking. 2020, 2021 and 2022 certificate of participation business series 1, authentic assessment in teaching and learning, certificate of participation business series 2, teaching in foreign language and assessment, certificate of participation business series 3, beta classroom enrichment tool, certificate of participation business series for the new training education. Certificate of participation business series 5, participatory social leadership and management skills, certificate of participation business series 6, Trial and admission in mathematics education, certificate of participation with seven research comprehension approach, certificate of participation with research art teaching special program in the art, certificate of participation with this line, 21st century student teaching mathematics, certificate of participation of product certificate of participation campus semester, which can prepare down with the link. From now, you can participate in 1,000 plus international level to very participate. Teaching this should teach a healthy should parents are distracted. You should be sure to share and join us. You can check out our future film services website for free and minimum. The Rajpi Bulbusha will promise to resolve a lack of technical problem in less than time. This video document a collective to West Financial is solved for from our website. And annual is a password and check it for all of them. It's a total you should check our data pages on our website. She like us in benefit. Thank you, but note that without an account login, you cannot enjoy our services. Now, very important moment for me to invite our speaker to IGP with her presentation. And the webinar topic is parenting in the digital age. And today our speaker name is Dr. Anjuman Nesri Qureshi. So, ma'am, how are you?
Yeah, I'm good now.
Yes, ma'am, the space is here. You can start your presentation now.
Okay, fine. So, greetings to everyone. I'm Dr. Anjan Nazir Qureshi, Assistant Professor at the Department of Electronics and Assistant Professor at the Department of Electronics and Communication at Rajiv Gandhi College of Engineering, Research and Technology, Chandrapur. And today I am here with a very interesting topic that is parenting in the digital age. Well, we all are aware about what is parenting. So, parenting, if we see it, involves nurturing and guiding children to various stages of their development. And we have seen that if we talk about parenting, the way the parents are working, in fact, a parent's job, it has changed over the last few years because a parent's job is to prepare the children to be adults who will be capable of taking care of themselves and also others when they grow up. They should be able to overcome the difficulties that are coming onto their way. And it is not an easy job. So parents have to set appropriate limits. They have to keep on watching their children. We have to prepare the children to feel the consequences of their action sometimes, as parents, we even have to endure some harsh words, or we have to, though we don't want to, but sometimes we have to express our anger to them. So, actually, it is okay. Sometimes the people feel that you're mad at kids, but still, one thing that I would like to say is parents are actually the best persons for the world for the children and because you are only the person who is never going to desert them, who is never going to leave them, you are the ones who are always going to love them, and even they are mad at you. But for many parents, the reason they don't set limits is because they want to be liked. The parenting, if we see it, is about supporting children while they make their own mistakes, take on some age appropriate responsibilities. They have let them think about themselves to solve their own, let them solve their own problems. So kids actually who are not able to learn at a certain age. So when they enter the adult world, they are unprepared, or sometimes they are even afraid because they don't know how to have relationships and even doing very small things like doing their laundry or managing their money. So they get in over their head because they don't really know what they are, what their capacity is. So parenting is very important part when we talk about how children will grow up. So let's have a look at some of the parenting styles. So first is the authoritative parenting. Basically, there are four types. That is authoritative, authoritarian, permissive, and there are four types of parenting skills. So first, we will see the authoritative parenting. So this is often considered to be an ideal style for its combination of warmth and also flexibility. And here, but still, the parents are in charge of their children. So the children of authoritative parents know what their parents expect from them. And the parents also explain the reasons for the rules and consequences, explain the importance of following some rules and what will be the consequences if they are not able to follow those rules. So yeah, Along with that, the parents also listen to their opinions of their children, and but still the decision makers always remain the parents. So authoritative parents, they generally develop close nurturing relationships with the children, and the children also grow up confident, they are responsible and capable of managing their emotions. They are also friendly, they are curious, and they are career oriented, and they want to achieve their goals. So one place, like an example, if we consider for an authoritative parenting, one place where parenting style shows is at meal times. So authoritative parents will have more family meals, but the parents model eating behaviors rather than imposing strict instructions. The parents include the children and when they are preparing some meals, like if we are preparing a breakfast or if you're preparing a dinner. So the parents will involve the children, and uh, even they will allow the children to select, like, okay, what we are going to cook for dinner, or what should be the side dish, or any kind of thing, and a food item they would like to have. So the research shows that the children of authoritative parents, they have good quality of diet, and they tend to have a more balanced diet. In fact, even more balanced lifestyle. But yes, even other types of parenting are there. Yeah. So the other one is authoritarian parenting. This is the second kind of parenting style. So here, the parent use strict rules. They have high standards, and sometimes they also punish the children to regulate their behavior. So these parents have high expectations from the children, and they are flexible to them. And the children sometimes might not even know what will happen to them, like if they are not able to follow a certain rule, and they're not aware of that. Only after they get punished, they know that, okay, I have done something wrong. So the children of authoritarian parents are good at following instructions, they behave well, but they always grow up with a fear of punishment. They lack experience, and they are not able to take their own decision. So, in the meantime, as they grow up, such children might become rebellious, they will lack social skills, and they might also have difficulty in making decisions for themselves. So this will happen if the children are raised up in authoritarian parenting. The third kind of parenting is permissive parenting. This is another style of parenting in which the parents might pride themselves. They may say that, okay, I am my child's best friend. So these parents are generally warm, and they are nurturing, and they follow open communication with the children. They are always involved in their children's emotional well-being. They don't have so many expectations, and they don't expect, they don't even impose them to have a very disciplined life. But and also, these parents allow the children to make their own choices, but also bail them out if a doesn't goes well, because there are certain chances that the decisions might go wrong. The parents also help them to come out of this. Well, children who have permissive parents, they have the freedom to make decisions. They know what they want to eat, when they want to go to bed, whether they have to do their homework or they have to study now. So these children tend to have a good self-esteem. They will have good social skills. But yes, because the parents are always allowing them to behave according to them, as the parents are allowing everything to the children. So these children may sometimes be impulsive, demanding, and they may lack the ability to self-regulate. So permissive parents often try to control their child's environment so the child doesn't have the experience with rejection or failure, because the parents just fulfill everything they ask for. So this might, in these cases, it might happen that when the children enter their adulthood, they are unprepared. They simply lack, they are not able to face rejections, they are not able to face failures. They just feel that everything they want to have must happen in their own way. And if we take an example like uh, because the children of permissive parents, they are being allowed to just choose what they want. So even if like parents want to do something in a certain way, or like even they want to have something, but still they have to always just come down and just obey what their children want to do, even if it is for trying some new things. The parents may not agree to it, but still because their child is insisting so much, so they go along with it. And in this case, the parents actually just keep on uh, obeying to what their children want to do. The fourth kind of parenting is neglectful parenting. So in this, the parents fulfill the basic needs, but they pay very little attention to the child. They offer minimal nurturing. They have very few expectations or limitations for their child, and it's not always a conscious choice parents make, but they can be forced by circumstances, and such as sometimes the parents may be having late night shift, they may be having odd working hours. Sometimes the parents may be single parent, or they may be having some kind of stress or tension or overall family troubles or some kind of health concerns, some mental health concern or critical health concern. So, in this case, the parents are not actually able to give so full time and attention to the children. So, the children of neglectful parents, they grow up to be resilient. They are self-sufficient out of necessity. So, but these children might have trouble to control their emotions. They don't develop effective coping strategies. They have difficulty in maintaining relationships, and they also have self esteem, and they might seek out inappropriate role models. So, in this, if we try to take an example, like suppose parents who are uninvolved, so might not buy groceries, or they may not plan meals with their children. So that could leave the child with concern, okay, what to have next, and it may even lead them to become preoccupied with food. And the children who have neglectful parents can sometimes be even, they can overeat, they can become overweight, and these children try to have easier time leaving home, and they don't most of the times they don't like to be at home. There are even children who do that. So what affects the parenting style? Actually, as we talked about the four parenting styles, so uh, the environment where we live in, and where we live in, the people we live around, our social, our cultural atmosphere, these all factors play a great role in making our mindset, and because of that, the kind of parenting we are giving to our children, even that is affected. So one is the cultural perspective. So parenting practices, they will vary across the cultures. In some cultures, collectivism emphasizes community and familial ties, while others may focus on individualism. So, understanding this cultural differences is necessary for appreciating the diversity of the parenting approaches worldwide. Because we all, even here, we are joining from different countries. So, people from different countries might have some different perspective about it. So, like if a country where the people prefer to live in a joint family, you can't say that, and there may be countries who where the people do prefer living in a joint family. So it is because of there's some kind of cultural perspectives they might be having. We cannot just judge them that because someone is doing this, someone is living in a joint family, so here, and the other one is not being in a joint family, so it is not good or bad. We cannot just judge that. And the kind of people we live with, it will always have an impact on our parenting techniques. Then positive discipline techniques. Positive discipline techniques, they focus on teaching children appropriate behaviors through guidance and support rather than punishment. So yes, you need to support the children. You need to understand. Sometimes it may happen that they might disobey you, or they might not do something what is said, or they might fail, or in anything, any kind of mistake if they are doing. So we have to provide them guidance, because most of the time what it is done that if something wrong happens, we start punishing them. We don't tell them, we just tell them that you have done wrong. But most of the times, the parents fail to tell why it is wrong. This is a very big question. So you just don't tell just that you are wrong, you did wrong. But along with that, you even need to tell why it is wrong. And if it is wrong, then what is the right thing that has to be done? What was the other method by which you would have done the same thing? So this even needs to be told to the children. It is not just enough that you say you're wrong, you did wrong, and you punish them. That is not always the right choice. Then the biggest concern that is becoming in the parenting techniques is the impact of technology. So yes, technology is having both benefits and also challenges for the parents who are living in this digital world. So we know that we can't live without the technology. But because it is having a negative impact on our lives, it doesn't mean that you are going to leave the technology. Because technology, when we talk about most of the time, we can talk about the mobile phones that the people are using. So the screen time, if you see, a maximum screen time for the people is due to the mobiles. We can be doing chatting, or you're watching videos, or you're doing online shopping. But along with that, sometimes the screen time, when we talk about screen time, it is even includes watching televisions, and if we are working professionals, where we have to work with the computers and laptops, so that is again a screen time. But when uh, the work and means the personal and the professional life, something you need to balance, because if you're a person who has to use these digital devices to work, you need a phone or you need a laptop to work. So in that cases you should know what should be, well, you need to limit your time when you are at home. Besides that, when you're using your phones, when you're using your when you're watching the TV, or you're surfing internet to some issues, even if it must be some of your work, so you should limit to it. You need to balance the screen time, and to ensure an online safety, not only for you, but also for your family and especially for your children. And also to avoid the negative influence of the social media on the development of the children. So understanding this dynamics is actually very much essential for the modern day, the present day parenting. The global, if you talk about the global parenting trends, so the recent trends in parenting, they include shift towards mindful parenting. It emphasizes emotional intelligence and well-being. So additionally, there is a growing focus on shared parenting responsibilities and promoting equality between partners who raise children. Because earlier, if you see, like if even a decade ago, if you see, or some 10 to 20 years ago, so there was an imbalance in the working sector. So, like many of the women didn't work, they were at home and they were supposed to take care of the children. But now, as the number of working women is increasing, so of course they are also, after some years they are also mothers. So it calls for shared responsibilities between both the parents. This, the responsibilities of the house, the responsibility of the nurturing the children, looking after the children, getting them educated. So all these responsibilities should be shared responsibilities. Only then we can ensure that. Ensure well-being of our children, and also the emotional, mental, and physical and psychological development of the child. Otherwise, if when even when the mothers are working and we expect everything from them, so and if we are not having the sharing of responsibilities, then of course this where it is said that because both the parents are working, so it hampers the development of the child. Actually, it will not hamper. if you people try to have a balance in your responsibilities. Then the biggest problem, if you see, is when we talk about technology as the topic we have, parenting in the digital age. So there is a digital divide, and this digital divide has somewhere penetrated into the parent-child relationship in this modern era. So we need to actually somewhere bridge this gap, or we need to uh, bridge this gap to strengthen the relationship between the parent and child. So let's see what is digital divide. So we need to know when we talk about the digital age. So we need to know what is this digital divide and how it is impacting. So digital divide, if we see, there is a gap because if we see most of the time the children are smarter than the parents in using the devices, all the modern gadgets, whether it is phone or whether it is laptop, and many a times we just fail to operate any application, use any application, but they do it very quickly. So, but yes, this technology is impacting the parent-child relationships, and therefore it calls for the need to balance between the digital engagement and the meaningful interaction. So we need to understand these dynamics to foster the stronger family bonds in the modern era. So the digital device is actually the gap uh, that exists between to those who have an easy access to the digital technology and those who do not. And this disparity can significantly affect the communication and relationships within families, highlighting the need for awareness and highlighting the needs for proactive strategies. Now, if we talk about the digital divide, yes, there are many factors that we have. So some factors that contribute to the digital divide is, of course, yes, of course, the lack of infrastructure, the quality of use gap, the linguistic digital divide is there. So there are many factors that are affecting, and this digital divide is somewhere even causing an effect on the parenting also. Because if we talk about this, yeah. So technology, it can both enhance and hinder the family relationships. While it offers convenience and connection, the over reliance can lead to families into isolation. And we need to understand this duality. It is crucial for nurturing healthy interactions between the parents and children. So, to deal with this digital parenting, so the first thing that we need to know, and the parents are also facing some kind of challenges into it. So, the first challenge, if we see, according to it, so the communication styles of the people have changed. Due to the rise of the social media and the online platforms, uh, the way the parents and the children are communicating or interacting even it has changed, and it may also lead to misunderstanding and also lead to a sense of disconnect. Then the parents may find it more difficult to set and enforce rules for the children, their social media usage, and so there are some kind of problems. There can be some fights or something like that. And technology also can create anxiety for parents when they feel that the children know much more than they do. Yes, that's what I said. That the children are smarter than us, and the parents are always in a fear. Okay, what this child is going to do with the phone, or what this child is going to do with the laptop, they never know. And the learning dynamics in families, they have evolved to include co-learning. The children and parents frequently learn with and about technology together. So to avoid this digital gap or the digital divide, and to actually bridge the gap that is being caused by the technology. So the first thing is you need to encourage open communication. Fostering open communication is vital in bridging the digital divide. The parents should encourage their children to express their feelings about technology use, creating an environment where honesty and understanding thrive, and ultimately strengthening their relationships. Because when you're giving a gadget to your child, and according to the present scenario, it is important because if we talk about how we lived in our childhood, because we didn't have these gadgets, so many people didn't have these gadgets, so we didn't use it. But now, if you see the kind of even the education system, it has changed a lot, especially after the pandemic. Where everything we receive notifications for the classes, for the holidays, or any other activities we receive on our phones, and for that, the children have to use the phone. So, but we need to be free with the children. We need to openly talk to the children and we need to build trust with them so that whenever they are into any kind of discomfort while using this, they can convey it to us. And similarly, we can be able to tell them freely that why you should be using this device, how much for how much time you should be using this device. So this is something, some of the things that you need to talk freely to your children. So this will actually affect like why and how this digital parenting will go on. So the first thing that you need to do is establishing boundaries. So the first thing is you need to establish boundaries around technology. It can use its use can help maintain a healthy balance. So parents should create some rules for using the screen. Well, there should be screen time rules that will actually prioritize, that will help in prioritizing the family interaction, and it will ensure that technology will enhance rather than it will replace the personal connection. Because nowadays what is happening is that people just talk to through their phones, but they don't have time to talk to each other. So this is again very essential that you limit the time of using the screens, or you limit the time of using your gadgets so that you have more time to talk to each other. Nowadays, even at home, if you live in the same house, but still you send a message on the phone. There are people even doing that. So just to avoid that, if you are in the same home, you're if your people if you are in the same class, so it's better that you just go and talk to each other rather than just spending your time on phone. So now we need to balance the quality time versus the screen time. So, as I said, we need to use the gadgets. Yes, of course, we can't be living with that. But we need to have this balance because everyone is relying on the digital gadgets. So, the quality time, the time which the family members, especially the parents and children, used to spend with each other, this has reduced. So, we need to have more time for quality time or for spending time with each other. So we need so if we prioritize quality time over screen time and engage activities where we can be getting involved together, so it will help in promoting a good bonding and good connection. And there can be many ways to strengthen this bond. Like we can go out for a walk, we can have go for some picnic, or we can go for some movies. It can be even like going to the store near the store for buying some groceries, so or some outdoor games. So it will help to mitigate the adverse effects of excessive technology use. Because if we don't interact with each other, if we don't spend time with each other, if we don't talk to each other, so in that case, uh, after some days, what happens is we hesitate to talk to each other. And many problems, especially the mental health problems, or the emotional issues that are happening with the children just go rebellious, they become notorious. It is why because there is a communication gap between the parents and the children, and they are not talking to each other. They're not sharing their life with each other. So, if you want that, we should be sharing our life with each other. We should be comfortable because if there is a long gap in which we are not talking to each other, so slowly they lose interest, not just interest, but they lose that confidence or trust that whether I am having this problem, should I discuss with my parents? So this should go on, so it have more quality time. And the next thing is teaching digital literacy. Of course, we know that the children are smarter than us in using gadgets, but teaching them what is right and what is wrong, like what kind of sites they should use and which kind of sites should be avoided by them, and some basic awareness on using the especially the internet, like do not click on suspicious link, or if someone asks for otp you shouldn't be giving it, you should not be sharing your personal details with any stranger online. So you need to even teach your children about this, because you can't tell that okay simply I am going to leave this phone, we are not going to use this phone anymore, that won't work, we know that very well. But if we need to inculcate this digital literacy skills also, we are so cautious about telling that our children should be having language skills, numeracy skills, and all the different types of skills that we want. But along with the other skills that we want to teach our children, numeracy, digital literacy skill has become very, very important nowadays. So the parents should actively engage in teaching their children about responsible use of technology to foster a sense of awareness and responsibility among them. Then one thing to balance this screen time and quality time is that just create tech-free zones. So there should be a zone in your home where, or you can say a time where you are not allowed. Means no one in the family is allowed to use any kind of gadget. Just keep your gadgets aside. So that is what called as tech-free zone. Because the greatest distraction that we have today is the cell phones that we are having, and of course, like if someone is there who wants to work on a laptop, so every time you will be checking mail, or you okay, I have 10 minutes, so I will just go and do send an email, or I will check some documents and all. So there should be some time and a place where you are just free of that. It can be even like if you are having a dinner, sometimes even while having dinner or having lunch, the people just tend to look at their phone. So it is better that you have tech free zones where you just keep your gadget aside. It will encourage uninterrupted family time. You can have areas where devices are not allowed. So it will foster deeper connection, because when you talk to each other face to face, so face to face connection is there. It actually connects your hearts, you can say. So it promotes mindfulness in interactions and reinforcing the importance of presence. Then we need to balance the online and offline. So balancing when we talk about balancing the personal and professional life. So here, for better parenting, we actually need to balance the online and offline life. So finding a balance between online and offline life is very, very important for healthy relationships nowadays. So the family should be encouraged to engage in both digital as well as the real world technologies, ensuring that technology complements rather than dominates their interaction. Like why we need to have this online and offline life, because nowadays the people are moving to cities. Many people are moving to the cities for better job opportunities or better education opportunities, and the rest of their family members are left behind. So in that case, or even the parents, even the children, they have to go off to some other places. They have to leave their towns for going to a better college or having a course of their choice. So in this way, yes, of course, at that time we have to use the technology to talk. But yes, we need to uh, have a balance between how much we are using this technology to strengthen our relationships. Then the other thing is where you can encourage shared digital experiences. Shared digital experiences are one of the greatest methods to bridge the gap between the parents and children. It can be like if yes, so here again we are using the digital device. So like if you want to watch a movie, so you everyone can gather together in a room and you can watch a movie. Because nowadays the scenario is that either you have television sets exclusively in your own room where you will just switch on the television and you will be watching some movie or some a web series of your own choice, and your children will be in another room and they will be watching some kind of cartoon or any other film of their choice. So we everyone have our own preferences and we have different TV sets at our home. We have different we have separate mobiles for ourselves, and everyone is busy in our own gadget. So instead of that, if you want to balance, you can have a shared digital experience where you can be watching a movie together, you can be watching a cricket match together. So when you are together, when you sit together and watch the same thing, and watch, and it can be also like playing some online games together. So it will foster connection, and it will allow the families to bond over some shared interest. And but we are talking about parenting in the digital age. So obviously, it will have an impact. As we talked about the different types of parentings when we talk, like how it is going to affect their self-esteem, uh, how it is going to affect their decision making capabilities. Similarly, in the long time when they grow up, it is not only about their decision making style and all. In fact, everything is getting affected by the parenting style. Now, if we talk about digital parenting, yes, parenting in the digital age, it has unique challenges. Well, parenting always had some kind of challenges, some kind of difficulties which every parent might have faced when bringing up their children. But parents living in this digital age, they are having a different set of challenges. So, and as we know, we don't have to um always worry that it is a challenge. In fact, we have to think of improving upon it, and we have to think of bringing some solutions to it. So, if you want to have a parenting in which we can be using this technology, in fact, with this technology, we should be able to integrate it into a child's life, and we have to understand how this use of technology and how this digital age is going to impact the mental, emotional, physical, and social behavior of our children. So the mental health impacts, if we see, so the especially the digital media or the social media, this is greatly affecting the way the children are thinking. If you even think about the kind of stuff they watch on the children are watching, so this will also affect the children's brain. Especially some of the times, if you see the stuff they are watching on the television, it has more of violence. So when they watch more of violence, they start thinking in that way. So we need to be aware of what our children are watching. So that is very, very much important. And the second thing is the second is it can also uh, impact their emotional health as well. So all these factors are getting affected, and the mental health that we see, because especially the greatest example is the Instagram reels that we have, or the YT short that we are having. It just go on for some 30 seconds. So if you see, even we are not that patient to watch that 30 seconds video. So you can understand that if you cannot watch something for 30 seconds, so how much patience level you are having. And similarly, if the child is not able to watch that 30 seconds video, so how much patience level we are having? So we are not so patient. We are not able to wait. Our mind just keeps on going from one place to the other. So we need to understand that whatever the gathers we are giving and whatever the content they are being exposed to, so it is having an impact on their mental health as well. And we have to be aware and we have to promote healthy online habits. So emotional development challenges are something that will be faced. So digital interactions, they can also sometimes promote emotional development, but they can also sometimes help the people to be empathetic. But it's a conditional regulation with many struggle and then relying on screens for communication. Sometimes the children are not uh, are courageous enough or bold enough or confident enough to have face to face communication because they have spent so much of their time in interacting online or interacting virtually. So, this will also affect because the way we are interacting, we are having an online interaction and we are having an offline interaction, it matters a lot. Because sometimes an online interaction, like if we are talking on a video call, if it switch off the screen, you are not able to see the person. You are not able to certainly explain what you actually wanted to do. But when we are in front of each other, our face and the way, the sit or stand, our tone of voice, everything, it explains what actually we want to say, whether uh, we are supporting something or we are against it. Everything can be understood. But sometimes this is not possible, and the children may also face emotional development challenges. Then physical health concerns are there, for which the parents have to be very much aware, because the increased screen time among the children, they are just glued to their seats, either playing the online games or watching something, or watching a movie or any other thing, or cartoons and all. So they are sitting at a single place, so they are not having any kind of motion. So due to that, the physical health is getting affected. Many children nowadays are facing obesity. They are having poor postures, and especially when we are using the mobile, we know that we have a head that up and down. So here, many children are having a problem for even for their postures. If we have increased screen time when we are continuously bending down and doing something, so you may have posture problems, and the wrong posture in which we sit, either while working on a laptop or even using a mobile. If you don't have that proper posture, then again you may be facing strains in your neck, in your shoulder, and all. So these problems the strain and this pain in the body part. This was something people experience it when they were over 50s and all. But nowadays, even very small kids are experiencing this kind of problems. So we need to balance the screen time, or we need to limit the screen time for the children to maintain and develop healthy habits. Then social development effects are there. So the digital device can also impact the social skills. Impacting the social skills, if we say yes, the way they behave with others and the way they get involved with each and everyone around them. So that is also a very important part of it, because uh, the children may find it challenging to form real life connections. The real life connections are also develop good communication skills. They get scared when they see someone new. They are very scared to talk to a new person. So you have to encourage social activities. And activities where they get mixed up with other children, at least of their age. Because nowadays we don't find that atmosphere of the children of the same age come together and play on the playground, because they are at their homes with their devices. So this is very very important to let them mix together. So, and this also, and especially for very very small children, if you can say like some 1 year or 2 years, where they are just trying to learn to talk. So this will improve their vocabulary also. They learn speak so the speaking skills develop when they play with the children of the same age. Then navigating screen time, that is again another very important thing. So establishing screen time is very important for the crucial and healthy development. So if you want our children to have a balanced approach towards controlling the screen time, before telling the children, we parents have to actually learn to balance it to ensure that. The children don't rely on the gadgets anymore. So parents should create a balanced approach that could include educational content while ensuring the children engage in offline activities to promote their overall well-being. Then coming to the some of the next some of the tools for digital parenting. So you need to utilize parenting control tools. If you talk about, we need to utilize control limits by the parents that can help in managing the digital exposure of the children. And these tools can assist in monitoring, setting, and encouraging safe online practices, thus fostering a healthier and digital environment. And till now, we have talked so much about the technology, but along with that, building bonds with the children and strengthening the bonds between the parents and children are very, very important. So let's have a look at very quickly at some of the essential tips. So, to create strong connections with the children, it is important that you spend more time with them. And these strong connections are also very important for the emotional and the social development of the children. So, now we will just explore very quickly, we will explore some essential tips how we will be spending quality time with our children, how we will be building trust with our children, and by implementing these strategies, you can foster a nurturing environment that will promote healthy relationships. So, the importance of quality time, we have already talked a lot about quality time. So, quality time is very, very important for strengthening the relationships because it allows for open communication where you can come together and you can talk whatever you want. You talk to each other, you interact with each other. So, it will help when you interact with your children. And not only you talk, but also allow them to talk to you. It will actually help feel the children value. They start feeling that yes, they have a place in the family. Their views, their opinions, or their decisions are make some impact on the family. They are a part of the family. So engaging in shared activities, it will enhance emotional bonds and it will create lasting memories and it will prioritize time together to show your child that they are your top priority. Because when you spend time, children understand that yes, uh, we are a part of the family. We have an important place in the family, and I am the top priority for my parents. So this is the importance of having a quality life, a quality time. Then the next thing is active listening techniques. So as a parent, it is not that you impose something on your children. You also need to develop active listening techniques. So practicing active listening is a key to building trust. You have to show interest in your child's thoughts. Just listen to them. Because if we don't do that, you won't be able to develop that trust. Because when we expect, as a parent, when we expect that if the child is into some problem or into some difficult situation, we expect them to come and talk to us. So how will the child talk to us whenever he is into some problem? How will he come and talk to us if you don't develop that trust? So whenever your child is talking to you, just listen. Try to listen to them. Might be some of the times you might be not able to help your child, or you might not be able to find a solution for what your child is telling. But at least listen. When you listen to them, they feel that okay, my mom is listening to me, or my father is listening to me. So actually encourages that openness or open conversation that you want to have with the children. So if I feel the children heard and respected, and it will foster a deeper connection between you. Then the next thing is establishing routines together. So creating daily routines can also help in strengthening the bond between the parents and the children. Like it will help in enhancing your bond. It will involve them in planning activities, whether it is family dinner or weekend outing. Like for example, if you want to go out for some outing, or you are having a tour to a particular, you are trying to go for a family vacation. It is a weekend, or you have a long summer 1 week holiday. So it can, you can even ask the child, okay, so see, we are planning for this place. What do you think? Where should we go this weekend, or where should we go for this summer vacation? So you can have that. You can involve them in planning, and also some daily routines. Like for example, if you're working in the kitchen, so you can involve your child into it. You can assign some small works according to their age. Like even if they're very small, like if they're even some 8 to 10 years and all, you can just tell them, okay, put the plates in order, or put the table in order, or take these bowls and keep it on the table. Something, some small task if you give them. So when we create a daily routine, it will help to enhance bond with the children, and it also provides a sense of security and predictability, and the children feel more connected and more engaged with the family life. Then we need to participate in their interest. We have to take interest in the hobbies of the children. What are their passions? What kind of sports they like, or arts they like, what academics they like, and we have to show enthusiasm for their interest. It is not just that if your child wants to go for some kind of sports, like, or if he wants to practice some kind of art, he wants to go for a drawing class. So sometimes we feel that okay, if the child wants to go for a drawing class, okay, put him into that. He will do some drawing or sketching from say from 3 p.m. to 4 p.m. and he's coming back home. But what is your contribution into that? You need to show equal enthusiasm. Oh, it's your time to go to the class. So what did you do today in your arts class? What did you make? What colors you used, or what colors do you require, or do you need something else? So you need to talk to them. You need to show equal interest in their activities, in their hobbies, and you have to show equal interest in their academics also, because when you show this enthusiasm for their interest, it will demonstrate your support and it will demonstrate your love. So this kind of involvement will be very, very helpful, and again help in strengthening the bond with your child, and it will also improve the self-esteem of your child. Then, as we have talked so much about building trust, building trust among the children. So building trust can be done through consistency. Like you need to stick to your work. Like for example, sometimes you say, okay, you should do this work in this way. Sometimes you say, no, no, not this. This one is correct, or this one is wrong. So you should be consistent in your words, in your actions for building trust among the children. You should follow through on the promises and be dependable. So when the children know that they can rely on you, it will foster a sense of safety and strengthen the relationship over time. Otherwise, if you just keep on changing your opinions, you just keep on changing your words, so the children start feeling that I can't rely. See, my parents just keep on changing his mind. So they are not comfortable in interacting with you. They don't feel safe with you. They feel that they cannot rely on them. So this is very, very much important, because however and wherever we go, the children always follow what their parents are doing. So we have to be very consistent to build trust among them. So with this, we come to the conclusion that exploring parenting, it reveals complexity and diversity of approaches worldwide. So by understanding different techniques and perspectives, parents can foster healthier relationships. They can create positive environments for the children. The choice of parenting style, it will play an important role in shaping the child's success, Authoritative parenting generally leads to most positive outcomes by engaging, while neglectful and authoritarian lifestyles can hinder development, and understanding this dynamic is very, very important for fostering healthy and successful children. Then we need to dedicate the digital divide for strengthening parent-child relationships and by fostering communication, setting boundaries, and engaging in shared experiences. Families can create a harmonious balance that will enhance their connections in the modern era. Then we also need to balance the digital exposure to promote emotional, physical, and mental development. The parents should understand its impact and guide their children for a better future. So this is all what I had on the topic, today's topic, parenting in the digital age. Thank you everyone for the patient listening. And if you have any questions, we're welcome to that.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for your rich content presentation, which can impact our knowledge seeker surely. After your presentation, I hope our knowledge seeker can learn something new, which was our only intention. Learn and grow together, IGP knowledge seeker. Once again, thank you so much, ma'am, for your presentation. Now it's time for our question answer session, which is the one more valuable part of our regular. After a short video, we will start our question answer session. Welcome back, ma'am. Welcome back to our participant. Dear IGP knowledge seeker, please ask your question in the comment box as much as you want to know from our speaker. Thank you. After question answer, we have equipment certification and online quiz competition. Dear IGP knowledge seeker, please ask your question in the comment box as much as you want to know from our speaker. Thank you. Ma'am, I think after one full presentation, our participant can understand the topic very clearly. There's no questions from our participants. So once again, thank you so much, ma'am, for your time in IGP. We have learned a lot from you with new topic. It will add some value to our day-to-day activity along with our academic and professional growth. Honorable ma'am, hope to see you again with a new topic and a new date. Thank you, ma'am. Take care.
Thank you. Thank you.
Honorable ma'am, before we move at the end of our session, we can say properly feed your skill. Never stop learning, cause life never stop teaching us. Be happy to safe. See you again and again. We want your participation in every program. If you want to live a happy life, try to ignore the people of things Albert Einstein. Before I start, hit the like button. Again, want to thank all IGP knowledge seeker for active participation as always. See you again in the next session. Thank you.